And welcome to another edition of the Hawaii Bulletin Board TV program. I'm your host, Calvin. And for those of you who've seen the program before, you know we talk about a lot of different issues, but our main concern is of the military and veterans community. But from time to time, we will be on other subjects that I think are germane to most of us here in the not only here in the state of Hawaii, but across the country. And we'll be talking about that. But just one reminder before I introduce my guests. As I mentioned, there are so many people out there or individuals who are serving our country, and if you get the chance, thank one or more of them when you get the chance, or get involved and find out what's happening with some of the issues concerning our military and veterans. And again, thank you very much. But right now, I'd like to introduce to the program Mr. Reinlaldo Espada, who's the commander for the military Order of Purple Hearts, and I want to thank you to come on the program.
Thank you for having me.
And also Mr. Ken Hines. Okay. Oh, you're also a member of the post, or?
No, I'm just a fundraiser.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
a supporter.
Commander, I'd like to start off with you.
Sure.
Could you tell us about the military Order of the Purple Hearts? Many of us, even though being a large military community here, some people may not be aware of what the organization stands for and what their mission is. So if you can tell our viewers what you...
Sure, Calvin. Military Order of the Purple Heart is a family-oriented group. All our veterans are Purple Heart recipients. A lot of people don't know that when you're a Purple Heart recipient, you're entitled to certain things like scholarships, and for your children, you get help with your month rent, whatever you need. If you're homeless, you come see us. We try to help you out in any way we can. And the way we do that is outreaching out to everybody in the community by introducing them to someone else, or by getting them to meet people like Kenny who can help them with a home or anything like that. There's also the scholarship part of it. If you have children that are ready to attend college, people who do have a Purple Heart there's a certain amount of money that's put aside for scholarships, and they can call us and we'll find a way to get your child into school, and we'll try to support them in any way, like with buying books, if they need shelter of any kind, like if they got to go away to college or anything like that, we try to give extra funds. And the way we get these funds is by going into the community itself and having different programs going on where people donate things, like they'll come down and say, well, I don't have a Purple Heart, but I would like to help. How can I help? And well, one of the ways you can help is by donating, or you can write a check, or you can donate food, or you can donate clothing. Just like all the other veteran organizations, we just try to help as many people get off the street as we can.
Just to backtrack a little bit,
sure,
because there may be some individuals, especially of the younger persuasion, who may not be familiar with the military history. The award, to be awarded the Purple Heart, you have had to be in combat and sustain some sort of injury or wound before you can be awarded. So this is something that's very, of course, special.
Right.
And as far as noting, anyhow, could you give us a little bit of background on that? When did this start? Was this during the Revolutionary War, or?
George Washington actually started it. That's why if you look at the Purple Heart, it's George Washington, the face of George Washington, and he actually started it out as an award for bravery.
Okay.
That's the way it started out. The Purple Heart was given to people who went beyond the call and all that. But when he changed it, was he figured that everybody who went out and got wounded or already went beyond the call because they're already wounded. So the Purple Heart was given to the wounded also, and then it evolved to be, the award. If you get wounded in combat, that's what you get, the Purple Heart.
Yeah. And speaking of that, of course, you've been awarded the Purple Heart, so you had to be in combat.
Sure.
Could you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, briefly about how your service to our country?
Well, I got drafted in 1968, and I went to basic training, Fort Jackson, AIT, went through all the training, went to Vietnam in 1968 towards the end, and I was assigned to the 1st Air Cavalry, and I was in the search and destroy unit, which we were mostly out in the jungle most of the time. And I'm proud to say that our unit was one of the most decorated units in Vietnam, the 1st Air Cavalry. And a lot of guys got wounded, Purple Hearts and stuff like that, but not too many KIAs in our unit because we were really highly trained, and most of the stuff we did was either out in the bush a lot, in the jungle. If you did any type of like search and destroy or any kind of type of mission, actually you weren't really recognized till you got back to the rear when they had the time.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, again, thank you for your service to our country and what you're doing anyhow. I'll tell you, before we continue, there's a lot of things we're going to, of course, zero in on some of the things that you came here to talk to. But Mr. Hines, may I call you Ken?
Please do.
Okay. If you can introduce yourself and tell our viewers a little bit what you do, because I know that the commander was talking about, some of the things that happen with the, as far as the organization, how they help out veterans. But there are a lot of different programs out there that do assist veterans in many different ways. And give you the opportunity to go ahead and, tell what services you provide to our veterans.
Well, first of all, I'm a proud former Coast Guard's person.
Okay.
I am a realtor. Probably the biggest challenge that not only I, but any other person in my particular field is encountering nowadays is the distress market. We have a lot of veterans, active duty, retirees that fall into hard times, or they get orders and have to transfer, and they find themselves having to sell their upside down houses. To that end, there are a lot of government programs out there. One of them is the Homeowners Assistance Program, and there are many others and we can be of help.
Okay. One of the things I want to bring up is the fact that to get if you have a certificate of eligibility,
Right.
Okay. Commander, does your unit does your unit assist in helping veterans who may not be aware of this right to get the certificate of eligibility, which means that the government guarantees a certain amount for the loan?
Right.
And I understand that it's been increased. Before it was relatively low compared to other parts of the country, but it's been increased over here for the Hawaiian market. Could you address that issue, Ken?
Sure. The VA eligibility, it is indexed to this local market. It's in the low 600s. So basically, a vet can go and buy a house with $1,000 down.
Really?
To get the eligibility, before you had to bring your 214 up to the VA. Now everything's done online. It is very easy to do.
Right.
So quite easy to get into a house in Hawaii using the VA benefits.
Okay. Well, what is the procedure? Because a lot of people, it's no shortcuts or anything like that. They have to go through the standard qualifying.
Right.
Okay.
The VA only insures the loan, 25% of the value, but everything else is just like doing a regular loan to get a house, and then the realtor takes it from there.
Right. Okay then. Okay, Commander, again, we'll get back to more what's going on with your particular unit anyhow. There's I understand there's an event that's coming up that you're trying to make people more aware of?
Yes. On March 31st, Military Order of the Purple Heart is sponsoring a welcome home for all veterans. And it's going to be down at Kalaeloa, if I said that right, a.k.a. Barbers Point. Okay. And one of the things we're trying to do is help out this homeless bed, the homeless bed program by doing a concert. There's going to be music, there's going to be pony rides, there's going to be bouncing houses, or whatever they call them. The music will be rock and roll from 10 to 4. We're going to have some speakers from the community come in to help out. There's also going to be lunch wagons and food, fun, and lots of happenings. And one of the things I would express too is that there's going to be all the different veterans organizations. Hopefully, it'll be there to let the community know that they're there and they're there to help. The community is also coming out to kind of to push a lot of helping. For example, I have musicians that are going to come from Waikiki. They're going to come up, play music, and this is going to be an annual thing. Hopefully we can welcome home all veterans and not just say welcome home to these veterans or that veterans. You know, veterans will be going on for the rest of our lives. So I think this would be feasible to be an annual thing, which that's what we're going to push for, and that's what we're going to do.
Right.
Every year we'll be doing the same thing.
I know that the stereotypical view of a wounded warrior or someone that has a Purple Heart is typically a male. But we see more and more now with the deployments and things that's coming up, that there's so many females that have been wounded. I mean, grievous wounds like that you don't really see or they don't really discuss. And but how many members, female members of the your organization are there?
Actually, right now, I think we only have one. And the simple reason for that is because I don't think they know that there is an organization that will help them out. So one of the things I'm doing is going up to the Wounded Warrior Battalion, and I introduce myself and I let them know who we are, what we're there for, and if they need any help with anything, to let us know.
Right.
And that includes, like I said, with if they're having a hard time keeping up with their groceries, their bills, or anything like that, it includes all of that. Because we try to help them out in any way we can. And we not only help the combat wounded recipient, we try to help the whole family. Because once a person is wounded or has post-traumatic stress disorder or anything, it's passed on to the family.
Right.
And the whole family is affected. So we have to learn how to treat the whole family and not just the warrior.
Okay. You mentioned PTSD, but also TBI, traumatic brain injury. Is that part of the qualification for being awarded
Sure.
a Purple Heart?
It sure is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just to go back real quick, any females out there who have served in combat and were awarded a Purple Heart, want to give out your contact number now so they can...
Sure. As you all know, my name is Reinlaldo Espada, and you could reach me at 221-6572. And you can call me anytime you want. If I don't get back to you right away, I'll guarantee you I'll get back to you in contact. And any questions you have, you can ask me. If you don't know where to go to join or anything like that, I can also give you that information. Our meetings are only once a month, every second Saturday of the month, and we meet down at Kehi Lagoon, where the DAV is. So you can either show up there or contact me. I'll get you an application, and anything you need, I'll try and help you with that.
Good enough. Ken, is there anything else that you're familiar with, of course, with the system and, of course, being a realtor and, of course, directed at vets? Are there any other programs or something else? I know we talked about a few things already, but is there anything else that may be of value, to the veterans concerning home ownership?
Well, the simple fact of being, the American dream, but more than that, what our group of military relocation specialists do is to actively fundraise for the vets.
Really?
So U.S. Vets Initiatives, if you folks don't know, it's a facility at Barbers Point, Kalaeloa, that helps, transitional facility, helps the vets get off the street, back on their feet, get a job, get a house. We actively fundraise for them as well as wounded warriors.
Okay. When you say fundraise, this is to go ahead and help them expand the facilities out there?
No, we do events. I'm a Latin musician. I love Zumba, so we do a lot of Zumba fundraisers, and it's pretty successful. We're able to give back to the community, and that's what makes our day.
Right. One thing I wanted to also bring, we talked about the certificate of eligibility.
Yeah.
If you do get one and you use it to acquire a house, if you sell the home, you can get another certificate of eligibility. Is that correct?
It is reinstated.
Okay, it's reinstated. Yes. Okay.
Another example: if you buy a house, if the Hawaii limit is $600,000, you buy a house for $400,000, you can still